So yesterday we have seen some security scenario, right? To test that out to show you in live, I'm going to create a new user. So for every scenario to test anything, I should have a user, right? So in the Power Platform Admin Center, PPAC, I am logged in with my trial account whichever I created. So here I'm going to I have the global admin access, so I can go to this admin centers below. I'm clicking on the Microsoft 365. Then it will open in like admin.cloud. This is usually this will be managed by Microsoft team. But as our see the trial account, we can create our own users. But in general, the users won't have like this, right? At the rate they will have some company name. So these users will be managed by their respective company team. Okay, getting as this is our trial arc, we can create our own users, same the trial users. Okay. So if you see here, you have users, active users, everything, right? Suppose if you want to create a new user, just click on add user. So you need to give, I'm just giving admin like this. I'm using similar kind of format. My new account. The username should have no spaces. You can give underscore or anything. That's your wish, but I'm not giving anything. So automatically create a password, require a user to change the password never the first thing. So that's fine. I'm going to with it here. Now if you see, as CRM will work on the licenses, as you are creating a trial or user, you need to give the license for what license he should have access. So based upon the license, he can get the product. Now, if you see here, we have Dynamics 365 Customer Insight, Self Service, Customer Service, Enterprise Trial, Sales Premium, everything, right? So I'm not, I'm selecting all. In general, based upon the project need, they will be selecting because these licenses are charged, right? It's not like free. For it's ours is a trial, so we are creating all selecting. But in general, if they need customer service, they will select customer service only. So customer service bill will be generated for them. Like that, it will work. Okay. They don't simply select all. Now here, if you see optional settings, here if you see administration access. For you, all of you guys, I haven't given this access. That's why I don't think you people are able to create a users on your own because I don't want to give that. So if you see, if I want to give admin center access, you can give this global administrator. So your Argo has a 7 global administrator attack to twice often the accounts you should have a fewer than 5. So here you can see global admins. So if you click on this, it will show whoever has the global admin. See Nagendra, LT4 admin, Jyotin, Hanumantu. These people they have. So if you none of you guys are not there. Okay, so what do you mean by this global admin? They can create again users. That's the global admin. Okay, you guys have all license, but you can't able to create any new users. That's the limitation. Now, if you see, I'm just clicking on the finish adding. So for a new credentials will be generated for me. So I'm gonna use this credential as another user for our next security concept. Okay. So let me open some notepad. Here I'm putting here. Now Now, now I got a account now. I'm just closing this. So a new user is added. Now, if you see yesterday what I said, even though I have a valid credentials, it will validate by Microsoft, but it won't authorize. So let's consider this LUT dev environment. Yesterday we were using this only, right? So I'm selecting this. I need to give password. it will get a, whenever I click on, I hope you all set up this authenticator, right? Whenever you are sending to first time. So I'm just clicking on, don't show this, select. Now I'm able to log in here. Okay. Now, so here I want to, so the same URI will be using here in the incognito. So I'm just hitting here. So it will ask for a login. Microsoft will do the first level of authentication, right? So I have to this 26. Then it will ask for password. For the first time password, I need to give the whatever generated. Click on sign in. Now it will ask you to create a current password. You have to select a new password. I'm gonna set the new. Click on sign in. So something will drop. Matching. So action required. Next. So for this also, as it's we are doing for first time, it will ask for setting up authentication, everything. I will do that as well. So everyone able to access their environments, right? Still someone, if you see, I want to use a different authenticator, I want to set up a different method. For now, we are just going to clicking on the default Microsoft Authenticator only. You need to open your mobile and you need to scan this QR. So this account will be added to your Authenticator app. Now, once it is added, automatically it will go. So now, as I am doing this for the first time, it is asking this Authenticator related. But in general, it won't ask anything. As you have already password authenticator, it will directly check the whether your credentials are not, or like that only it will check. Now, notification approved, click on next. Done. Now Microsoft Authenticator successfully installed. Stay signed in. Yes. Now if you see, you are getting some error. What it is saying, retrieve user context, try max privilege user across user. This the user with ID has not been assigned any role. So what do you mean by this? So even you have the valid credential for Microsoft or any org, any company, whatever you're working, to get access to your CRM, you should have a security role. Has not been assigned any role. Getting. Now, how do we assign security role? From here, Power Platform environment settings, we have the security section we seen right yesterday. So here I am going to users. Now in the users, by default, you will be getting the user automatically. Sometimes it won't reflect immediately. In that scenarios, we will be adding. Okay. Now let's see whether it is added or not. So you are in LU2 dev environment. Here LT6 has been added. But if you see what it is saying, no security is there. So now, so what I want to do, yesterday I created some security role, right, for my student feedback app. So I will be giving that. So you remember I forgot. Yesterday we created one student feedback role, student feedback app. Now I'm just giving save, clicking on here. So now earlier you have credentials but no roles. Now I have given one role. I'm going to the another. Here I'm just doing refresh. Now what will happen? Now if you see out of for my other account, you have what is you have 4 5 apps here. 5 apps here. As I have system admin, it is showing everything for me. But the second user, LT6 admin, I gave only student feedback app role, right? So it is showing only student feedback survey. Now let me, so I'm able to open. So like this, you can control the app, which app he can show, which app he can do everything. Now, if you see for the student feedback entity, we have given read privilege everything. Now, if you see it is showing read only. You don't have access to this edit record. Why? Because at the security levels for this, what do you call? For a student feedback app, we have given only read role. Let me open security role so you will be getting more detail. So my new user has student feedback role, right? So I'm seeing here what is the roles, the privileges we have given. Now if you see show only assign tables here for business unit, everything we have given read. Where is my entities tables, custom entities, games, custom tables, games board, student feedback, everything I have given read. That's why you are able to read means you are able to see. You can't able to make any change because you don't have a read privilege. You have only student feedback app role. With that app role, you can only read the data. That's why you are able to see it. All tabs, everything. Because the entity level you have given. Now, if I go to master data, here you have students. This also we have given only read access. So here also you could see the only read data. Now external links, here we same. These are external links, right? Just you can click on them. Anyway, those are like we don't have any data, right? Now click on games board. For games board also we have given read access. So you are able to do. Now if you see in the second section, master dot section, we have account section as well, right? If you remember closely, for here, where it is, you have colleges accounts also there, but it's not showing because in my security roles, I haven't mentioned accounts anywhere. Did I mention accounts anywhere? If you search for account table, it will be like none account. You don't, as you don't have access, it's not even showing the section in the master data sitemap itself. Getting, so like this, you with help of security rules, you can control app level access, which apps user can use. Also, entity level, table level, you can control whether he can able to read the data or he can edit the data, like or he can delete the data. Everything you can control. Getting, so that's why we will use. Now what I will do, I just change the privileges for now to see the effectiveness. I'm going to the custom tables. So what is my tables, custom table. Here for the student feedback, I want to give create now. Now here I want to give here instead of, so now let me see. So here I read level I have given organization, right? So I will give user only. Here also I will give user. Okay. So what do you mean? For the games board entity, he can create a records at user level. Read also he can see at his level, his records only. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I'm giving write as well to update the record. Delete, I'm not giving anything. Now I'm just saving it. So once you made changes, obviously you need to refresh it, right? Now what I have given for the custom table games board, I have given access. For the student feedback, I have given access to create record. This also I'm updating. Create means while creating a record. Write means after creating record, if you want to do update, that will be the update. Now I'm going back to this entity, this user. I'm refreshing it. Now student feedback. Earlier student feedback, you have read only. Let me hard refresh it. Now if you see, till now we have seen like read only, read only. Now as I gave privilege, you are able to see records. Now you are able to create record as well. Okay. So I'm studying Vienna VJT College here in Bachupalli. Symbol not needed. Time zone I'm giving IST 5:30. It is. I'm just giving. So here you can read it. So this is okay because you got create privilege, update privilege. Here you got do. Now I want to see for owner owner related record or user or team ownership records. Now if you see earlier you got access to organization read access. That's why you are able to see all records earlier. Now what I have given access to read only his records. So as I haven't created this is my new user, right? I haven't created any user. That's why it's not showing. Now I'm creating a new user. Volleyball. Now if I select this, what will happen? Record is created. I'm able to update it. As I have updated privilege, you can update as well. Right. Update means right privilege. Now if you go to all records, here you could see only your record. Why? Because you have read access, games board, read access at user level. Suppose if I change to organization again, you created one record you already have. So two records will be shown. So I'm just refreshing. Now if you see cricket board, earlier it was created by my other user. Now it is, I could show it here. Okay. So you understand, right? What do you mean by security roles? What is the help of security roles? Any questions, Kalyan, Satish, Rizwan, Shivendra, Ashok, Nikhil? Why he is able to see only student feedback? Because at app level, I have given that yesterday other than system admin, I have given manage roles, right? Here I have selected student feedback. Now for this my ticketing also I will give the same role. Then he can see the two records, two apps. I just updated. Now I'm going to my another user login. If I do refresh, now I will get two apps because with whatever the role I have, I am eligible to see two apps. That's why you are able to see two apps. Simple. Getting? Now this is about using security role. Now let's go back to here accounts, clicking on the settings, advanced settings. Click on the security. So you have created a user and team. Now let's assume like let me create a new team now. Otherwise we have already team, right? So here let me India team. So in the India team earlier we have added some other user. Now I will add my my record, whatever the new user I created. What is that? LT6, right? I'm just added that. Now for the games, where it is extracurricular games board. cricket board we have, right? Here the owner is Nikhil. I am changing this to India team. So what will happen? Whoever part of India team, they should able to see. Now in the security roles also, for this guy, I just want to see again his own records. Student feedback and here games. Here I am just changing back to user. Now tell me what will happen to this new user LT6 admin. So will he able to see two records or one record here? Any guesses? Cycle name. Why he is able to see two records? He created only one record. He can why he is able to see two records? Can someone guess the answer? As per my security role, he should able to see his own records because I just gave that right where it is. I just gave like he should able to see the his own records. Why he is able to see the record created by other person? Because he has user level access only, but he is part of this team LT6 India team. He is part of India team. India team is owning this record. Whatever this cricket board, this is owning by India team. So once he is a part of this means obviously that is also belongs to his only, right? Like that he is able to see. Suppose if I remove India team to some, I'm keeping back Nikhil again. So what will happen? He that cricket board is not part of India team. So even though he has access to cricket board, this is modifying, right? So here he will be losing the cricket board record. Is reflected or not? Nikhil G. It is updated. Okay. Now I want to check the security role for these teams. So same like users, here also you can see the security roles. Go back to these teams. India team manage security role. For this security, I have a student feedback app is there. System customizer. That's why he's able to getting that access. Now I am removing student system customizer, only keeping student feedback. With student feedback, he can see only his records, right? Now I'm going refreshing this. Got it. So as he is not part of in even though he is part of India team, the record is not belong to the team. That's why he is not able to see the record. So this way you will be using security roles, you will be using teams to collaborative working. So if one record is owned by a team, whoever part of that team, they can work on getting. So that's the main intention of teams. Now, yesterday we have seen the business rules as well, right? So business rules also will be similar. So each, if the one user is present in one BU, right now we are using the teams, right? Suppose LT4 admin in a one BU, LT6 is a parent child BU. So whenever you are while giving security roles, if you mention this read write parent child, right? So if you have this privilege, he can see his record, his child records. For that purpose, we will be using the BUs. Okay. Wherever in the teams, it will be working for only as same for all. Whereas in the if you use parent-child field access level, you can see your record, your team's record, also your child view, like lower level records as well. Okay, any questions here? So this is what we have seen yesterday. Now today we are going to see column security profile. So what do you mean by column security profile? So here with the security role help, what you are able to do? You are able to control app level access. You are able to control table level access, indirectly record level access. But here in the record, I want to have one field. For the field level also, I should able to control. So for that scenario, which first of all you should have a field which is supporting that, right? So let me create one field. Go to solutions. Click on it will open Mentor portal. Today I'm going to use new solution. You have something here. Let's go back to old only. So here on the game score table or student table, anything you can pick, create a new column. I'm using student feedback. Here I'm creating a new column. Column security prefer means you want to apply security, you need to give that. Now I'm just giving like student feedback intent something. So it will show whether he give positive or negative something. Let's assume it's a single line of text. Now if you go down here, enable column security. So if you click on here, whether data in the column is secured at higher level than the table. Means at table level, either you can see the record or write the record like that. But even though if you have see the record, you should want to control extra level. That doesn't mean you want to have it. Masking rule. So masking rule means if you want to copy, you want to give like show last digits like that. Okay. So here I'm just choosing show last four digits. You can choose whatever. Suppose if it is Aadhaar card number, it will give first eight digits as a XXX last four digits display, right? Same way. So email hide name. So email hide name means it will hide that. Okay. Masking can be associated with manager elements. That's okay. Was good to. I will skip none only. These are preview feature. It will be like this one. Is existed already exists for entity. Looks like it is created. Go back to here in the columns. Sort it. Student feedback intent. It is created, right? Now I am gonna this in the form. What is my form? Information. I'm just putting in the first tab itself. Suppose if you want to keep in a separate section, you can create a new section. New column section, one column section. I'm just moving top. New section like one liner feedback. So here I'm gonna add my new field. What is that field? Student feedback intent. Now if you see for the other columns, do you see log symbol? But here you have log symbol. Okay, so that means you can control it. Log means. Okay, now I'm just creating save and publish. So I am gonna refresh this with other user. So right now for this student feedback, I am able to create it, right? So I have access it, read level access for this all organization records. And if you open the field new section, it is showing like this because we just given masked. Even though doesn't this records are doesn't have any data because field itself created now, but this is a column enabled column security enabled field. That's why for this role, for this user, we haven't mentioned any privilege to this record this field level. So like for that one, that's why it's not showing. If you keep in the views also, it won't show anything. So it doesn't have any data. Still access denied. You don't have a permission to show like that. It is showing. Why? Because you have student feedback access, app access you have, read level access you have, record level access you have, but you don't have the field level access. That's why you can't able to see. So when do you want to give this field level access? You will be creating field security profiles. If you see here in the security, what we have column security, column and field are same, right? So we will be creating column security profiles. Now what will happen? Here you need to define what you want to do. I am creating some new, what is that? Feedback, final feedback profile. You can give what any name. I'm just saying here. Once you created the one, here you have to choose the for which column you want to control. So all column security enabled fields appear here. Student feedback is mine. Rest of the things I don't want to worry. So I'm just here. Click on edit. Here what you want to do? Only read, or you want to do what you want to do. Allowed all actions you want to do, or only certain actions. You need to define. What's the difference between create and update? Create means while creating the record itself, you can do. Updates means after the record creation also you can make changes. So right now for the first time I am giving all to see the behavior. So as I have all, if I refresh now, what will happen? I could see the all data, but does the records have data? No. Why? Because those are created newly. Field is column is created newly, right? I'm just adding again. So suppose every time when I'm adding this field and I do auto refresh, this is going right. So to avoid that situation, what I will do, I will create a my personal view. How do you create manage share views? You have right. Not getting okay. Why? So now also we see the consider. You even though you are able to add columns, you are not getting save as view. Why? Because you didn't mention that privilege. That's the reason. Okay. Now let me hard refresh. Now I'm going to the record. Means it didn't update it. Let me go to this profile. Allowed we have given. Okay, okay. Sorry, I missed one more thing. So you have given allowed, but who can change this? So you need to give the user. Either you need to add teams or users. So I have to add my user. What is my user? LT6. So now he got access because you mentioned what he can do, and here he added who is the gonna change. Now I am gonna refresh. You are connecting the dots, right? How we created the security profiles and where we are giving. Now it is enabled now. Earlier it was like locked and everything, right? So I can see like good. Now if we go to the record this view level also, you can see that in the record view, move this. Here I could say go to restore or blank because we have permission now. Suppose if you want to give only read, what you will do in such scenarios, you will go to the column permissions. You will just give the read. You will remove the remaining. What is that? Update and create. So what will happen? You can see the data. So it will be like a locked, but you can't make any change at the record level. Okay, now I'm going to gonna refresh this. So he's seeing the data, but still is locked. Means he can't able to make change. For other record, it's a blank, so it's not able to see anything. But still he's not able to make any changes because for this column security profile, he don't have any privilege. Now, now what I want to do, I want to create a one more field security profile for the same field. In there, I will add the team instead of feedback intent. Here I just created this feedback intent. I am adding the columns. So here LUT student by default everything will be not allowed. Here I'm adding editing like allowed. Now the next thing, instead of single user, I want to add entire India team. Now what will happen? He is part of India team and also he is part of what is that? Normal user. So the privilege always work cumulative. Like this team privileges plus that team. In one team, in the final feedback, he has only read privilege, but in other profile, he has the read and write. So as it will work in the cumulative manner, this will be all together it works, right? So here he should able to write the changes. Getting any questions here? These are like theoretical, but very interesting. Okay. Hope you are clear now. I'm going to the next one. What we have column security. The next one is hierarchy security, position security. So basically this hierarchy security, position security, we will be using for, suppose let's consider a sales scenario. You have some product is there. You have sales manager, you have sales representative. Also for the service for the same product, you have the service managers, you have service representative. So in that scenarios, each person has their own responsibilities, right? He can work on something like that. Okay, so to handle, so whenever manager should be able to see all his reporter data, right? So to handle that scenarios, we will be using this hierarchy or manager for hierarchy and position. So where do you use this hierarchy? Now if you click on this hierarchy, it is opening admin power platform here. Now if you see, by default it will be disabled. Enable hierarchy or enable disable. So you will have it at a time one only. Now I'm gonna enable hierarchy. So table with a check against them. So if you see what are the tables you want to include in the hierarchy, you will be selecting. By default, all the entities will be selected. Now okay. So what will happen with this manager hierarchy model? That we need to learn. Now if you see you are enabling this, but you want to configure, right? If you click on this configure symbol, it will open the all users in this environment. Okay, let's wait. Now it is enabled. Now I'm clicking on configure. It will open the users only. So hierarchy security will be using the manager field in the system. Now if you see, this is the user record. This is the out of the box entity by default. For all users, it will be created. Now if you see in the left hand side, right hand side below, you have by default you have one BO and manager is by default bank. Suppose for Ashok, if I selected LT4 admin as a admin. So even though I don't have the privileges, still I can see the records because I am the manager for LT4 admin. I am the manager for Ashok. Sorry. So whatever the Ashok is doing, I can see all because I am the manager for him. So like this, it will be using manager hierarchy. Now if you here, if you see the depth we are mentioned, right? So depth three levels means at what level you can use this feature. Now Ashok will be the some other assistant manager or some AM. He will also some reporting guys will be there, right? So if I mention three level, I can see Ashok's, I can see his next, I can see also in the next three level. Getting? Or any confusion in this understanding? Basically, hierarchy means what? Hierarchy, gender hierarchy mean what is the meaning of hierarchy? Like order, like parent, child, like that, child to parent, like that. So same way, here we will be using the manager option. Okay. So to make it clear, what I will do, we have LT6 admin, right? So, so what should I do? We have two logins, LT4 admin and LT6. Okay. I'm just giving LT4 admin manager as LT6 admin. I have only student feedback entity app right now. Okay. So I'm just updated this manager and I have depth three level and I'm gonna refresh this. See, let's see the behavior. Now, whatever it is working here, that is with the student feedback role. Now I want to see on top of what is my manager thing, right? So I'm going to this other app, my ticketing tool app. Here you are not able to see anything. Why? Because in the my ticket, if you are administrator, you can go to this reason. You didn't give any permissions to the what is that entity. In the my ticketing tool, we are having something, right? One second. We have case entity or ticket entity will be there also. Let me go to here. Go to this app. Open my ticketing tool. Here you have tickets. So for the tickets, you haven't given any role, anything. You are just manager for LT4 admin. So to work this hierarchy thing, they should have a fundamental read access to the entity. That's why it's not showing. So what I will do, I will go back to security profiles, security role. Here, where is my security role? Student feedback. I will be adding the ticket entity as well. Okay. It's not show by default because we have this show one lesson tables. I'm just click on show all. This is the ticket. So I'm just giving read. So here I'm just giving same view for now. I'm gonna refresh. What will happen now? I'm able to see tickets. Now for all these records, you obviously will be seen only read only because you have read access, right? So you will be seeing read only. Any questions here? So you can ask how it is working, like what is the use of assigning manager like it. So actually here we don't have any proper example. I haven't set up. That's why you're not understanding. So even though you have manager thing, the read privilege is minimal mandatory. Okay. Any questions? Now if you see, so to work this manager hierarchy, you will be using this lookup field, right? On the user level. What is the field? You are using manager. And the below you have one more field. What is that? Position. So the main difference between position and manager field. So here the LT4 admin is part of this BU and LT6 admin also part of the same BU. If you see, suppose they are part now, suppose they are part of different BUs. I can't use the hierarchy security. So to overcome that scenario, they will be using position security. So in the position security, what they will do, if you go to here, at a time you will be having either that or this. That's why you're only the single selection. Okay. Either you will have entire hierarchy modeling, you will be turn off them, or either you will have the manager, either you will have the position. Like that we will be using. Now if you click on this also, it will be open the system record active position. By default, you don't have any active positions. So you need to create the position like CEO, something you can create. CEO means top, right? So let's assume this is the root position. After that, you have what we are discussing just now, sales managers. And parent position is CEO. So what is CEO can see all sales managers. Now if you see from here in this existing user, you can add different records. Different means different BU records. So I will be adding LT6 Ashok. So now what will happen in the sales manager? Ashok and these are sales managers. Now if we go back to Ashok record, the position will be automatically filled with sales manager because we have selected the record there. Okay. So now the thing is, as we are using position here, you need to uncheck this. Okay, you should have the data. Now next question is in this position hierarchy, here you're adding the levels, right? Like that, if you whenever you're creating a level, you have to choose the parent position. Then only it will be linked. Okay. So now I'm creating sales representative. So here I will be using sales manager. So here I will be using some other users other than these. These are I'm using as a admin, right? Sales managers, right? So I will be using Rizwan as a sales representative. So for the Rizwan profile, automatically this is added position. So in the backend, how it will create whenever you create a manager hierarchy or security hierarchy, it will automatically link. Let me show in diagram. So let's assume this is the manager. So for manager hierarchy, what you are doing for everything, you are just for every user, you are having a manager lookup, right? So you are keeping that. Suppose for every user you have manager lookup. Okay. Let's consider CEO position. Obviously, there will be one CEO, right? So this is CEO position. Now you have after CEO, you have CFO, some chief executive, chief function officer, something. Then he will be reporting. So CFO manager is CEO. Below him, you have someone else. So in this manager hierarchy, for every record level, you have to mention the user manager lookup. Then only this hierarchy will work. So let's consider under the CFO, you consider like D365 sections, D365 projects. Okay, now for every level, you will be having CFO have manager as CEO. For all these D365 projects managers, they will be having CFO as a manager. Now, all here in this manager hierarchy, there will be no BUs. So everyone is a part of a single BU. So in that scenarios only, you can use manager hierarchy. So every user should be a same BU. Okay. This is done in that scenarios, you will be using manager hierarchy. Now let's go to position. So here what will happen? Suppose instead of a single directory here, you have CEO same. Here you have CFO. Let's assume same. Under CFO, you have some too many, like you have Azure projects, you have CRM projects, you have something Power Apps, something Copilot. Like this, if you have too many sections. So in that scenarios, you can't use what did we call CFO, CFO, CFO. Here let's say like CRM. Let's say Azure. Copilot. What else we have? .NET. So let's assume in this scenario, each user is a part of different BU. Let here in the scenario, everyone is single BU from top to bottom. But here you have different organizations. After CEO, CFO, you have different organization BUs. So in such scenarios, still you want to use position hierarchy means every there also you will be have managers that job level band will be there, right? So irrespective of their BU, you want to use this position hierarchy. So in such scenario, you will be using position. Getting any questions? So that's why here in the for the user level you are having in the sales in this position they are giving a upgrade. So here you can add a different users. If you click on add users, go to advanced. So if you see BUs, I'm just sorting it. Do we have any other BU? We have single BU in general. Suppose if you have multiple BU, those users also will be available here. Whereas in the normal hierarchy, manager hierarchy, you can't use a across these. Okay, clear? So yesterday you might create a tables or I don't know. Today practice also I will be giving the same entities, same security roles, everything. So try to have a end-to-end this security concept. So here in the security concept, in the interview, they will ask like the scenario only. They have this person has a security role. This has this level. What will happen when he opens? Whether he is able to see the data, whether he is not able to see the data. Like this, they will ask the questions. So you need to be prepared to address that. Okay. So any questions?